Continuation to the previous video lecture, we will be learning few problems, and after that I'll teach you how growth of current and decay of current takes place through an inductor. And we'll start with this problem. A closed loop of cross-sectional area of cross-section is being given. Area is equal to 10 power minus 2 meter square, which has a self-induction L 10 millihenry, and a negligible resistance is placed in a time varying magnetic field. The figure shows variation of magnetic field with time for the interval 4 seconds. So the time interval is 4 seconds. This is 0. This is 0. And this is 4 seconds. And this is 0.1. And it is magnetic field along y-axis, time on x-axis. L value is given, time taken is 4 seconds. The field is perpendicular to the plane of the loop, and given at t is equal to 0, b is equal to 0, current I will also be equal to 0. The value of maximum current induced in the loop, you are supposed to calculate I induced is equal to how much. So in order to find out induced current I, as we know, whenever the coil is being rotated in external magnetic field, it will produce some EMF. But here we are not changing the orientation of the loop. We are changing magnetic field here. Magnetic field is undergoing change. Therefore, you can calculate like B into T. This is given to you, like B is magnetic field on y-axis, time taken is along x-axis. It is mentioned here, variation of magnetic field with respect to time, that is given to you. I want to calculate induced current. As we know, I induced will be equal to EMF divided by resistance R. R is resistance of the conductor. Here in this case, what is being given? The resistance, negligible resistance. So this coil is having negligible resistance. So therefore, we cannot use this relation in this case because it is having negligible resistance. If you substitute R is equal to 0 here, then I induced will become infinity. But practically it does not happen so. Then we will go for this equation. EMF induced is equal to minus L into di divided by dt. Right? So EMF induced, I can write it as d pi by dt. EMF induced can be written as d pi by dt, which is equal to minus L into di by dt. This both gets cancelled with each other. So I can write d pi is A into dB, which is equal to minus L into di. From here I want to find out I. Therefore, di is equal to minus A by L into dB, where dB is variation of magnetic field. Now, in order to find out net current in the circuit, I'll just integrate this. Integration di is equal to minus A by L into integration dB. Integration dB is maximum, like B integration di is I. So I can be written as A divided by L into B. I is maximum when B is maximum. Right? You are supposed to calculate the value of maximum current in the induced EMF. So induced maximum current induced in the loop. So I will be maximum only if B is maximum. What is the maximum value of magnetic field? B maximum will be equal to 0.1, and this is in Tesla. So B maximum is 0.1 Tesla. I can substitute that over here. However, current is a scalar. This negative sign represents direction. It is due to Lenz's law. So I maximum will be equal to area of cross section is 10 power minus 2 divided by L is 10 millihenry 10 power minus 3 into B maximum. Maximum value of current you can see it in the graph. Maximum value of magnetic field, sorry, not current, it is 0.1. Therefore here you will be writing it as 0.1 Tesla. So I maximum will be equal to 10 power, this 10 and 10 power, this and this gets cancelled, 0.1 ampere. This is maximum current in the circuit. So I maximum can be written as 0.1 can be written as 1 into 10 power minus 1 ampere, or you can write this as 100 into 10 power minus 3 ampere, that is equal to 100 milliampere. You can write it even in milliampere. It is just conversion of units. Next problem. A magnetic field directed into the page changes with time according to the expression. Here magnetic field is variable with respect to time, that is mentioned here. 0.03 t square plus 1.4 Tesla. When t is equal to 0, magnetic field B is 1.4 Tesla. T is equal to 1 second, it is 1.43 Tesla. As time is variable, magnetic field is also variable. The field has uniform cross-sectional, field is having a uniform cross-section of radius r, which is equal to 2.5 centimeter. What is the magnitude and direction of electric field at point P, where when t is equal to 3 second and r is equal to 0.02 meter? So this is the, actually there should be figure, and the figure I am giving you. This is point P and it has radius capital R. Magnetic field is extended up to radius R and it is into, and that is variable field. And I want to calculate magnitude and direction of electric field at point P. So in order to calculate magnitude and direction of electric field, here it is not asked electric current, it is electric field. So as whenever there is variable magnetic fields will induce electric fields, vice versa. So because of change in the magnetic field, there will be electric fields induced within the circuit. So variable magnetic fields induce electric fields. Electric field is represented with E, magnetic field is represented with B, and EMF induced is equal to integration E dot dl. So induced EMF is equal to closed integration of E dot dl. This we have already discussed, and EMF induced will be equal to d pi divided by dt. This is identical to Gauss law in electrostatics. It is identical to Gauss law in electrostatics. So E into integration dl is equal to area of cross section A into dB divided by dt, because pi is equal to B dot A. Just I am substituting that pi here. And what is integration dl? Integration dl is length of the total element which you are calculating, and this will be the total element which you are like In this region, you are supposed to find electric fields, which is the yellow color. In this region, you are supposed to calculate electric fields. So in order to calculate electric field, just I am applying Gauss law over here. Integration E dot dl is equal to EMF induced, which is equal to d phi by dt, where B is given to you. What is integration dl? Closed integration dl is equal to circumference of this total ring. It is 2 pi small r, which is equal to area of cross section A, and dB by dt is d by dt of magnetic field is given as 0.03 t square plus 1.4. You need to differentiate this. E is equal to A divided by 2 pi r into 0.03 into 2t plus 0. What is area of cross section given? Area of cross section, it is not mentioned here. Area of cross section, you can take it as pi r square. Pi r square divided by 2 pi r into 0.03 into 2t. This pi and pi gets cancelled. This r and r gets cancelled. What is r here? R is 0.02. 0.02 divided by 2 into 0.03 into 2 times. At what time you are supposed to calculate electric field? 3 seconds. So this you need to calculate. Finally, it will be giving you a value of 18 into 10 power minus 4 Newton per Coulomb. So students, as we have learned about inductor, and whenever you are placing an inductor, whenever you are connecting inductor in an electrical circuit, current, because of EMF supplied, there will be change in current within the inductor, and that current can be either increased or current can be either decreased. That depends on how you are connecting the inductor. If current in the inductor is increasing, we call it as growth of current. If current in the inductor is decreasing, we call it as decay of current in the circuit. Now, let us first learn what is meant by growth of current and how does this growth is being achieved. You are taking a battery and you are connecting an inductor L to this battery. And when you switch on this tap key, the current will be induced within this. Like the main, because of this external battery, main current pass through the circuit, and that I call it as I. As current is passing through that inductor, when current is going through that inductor, definitely there will be some self-induced EMF present, developed within that coil. As a result, the induced EMF will be developed in the coil, and that induced EMF E is equal to minus L into di by dt. And this induced EMF will produce induced current in the circuit, and that induced current is in opposite direction to that of actual current. So induced current is IN, that is opposite to that of actual current passing in the circuit. As the current in the circuit, as we know, main current in the circuit is increased, induced EMF increases. As induced EMF increases, induced current increases, and that induced current will be opposing actual current in the circuit. As a result, the magnitude of current, main current magnitude increases, induced current magnitude also increases, resulting in growth of current in the inductor. Likewise, if you are taking the inductor and if you are connecting it to the external battery in such a way, if both induced current and as well as main current both are in the same direction, then in such cases there will be decay of current in the inductor. There is decay of current in the inductor because it is in the same direction as that of the main current. Now we will derive some equations for growth and decay of current in the circuit. So whenever we are discussing about growth of current in the circuit, we can just write it as, you can use Kirchhoff law and we can write it as EMF, like total battery is providing some EMF E, and that should be equal to L into DI divided by dt. The total voltage which you are providing over here will be dropped across this inductor. So total EMF which is produced, which is given, that will be dropped across this inductor. If there is a resistor which is connected over here in the circuit, then in such cases what would happen? It will be dropped across the resistor also. For example, if in the circuit it is like this, you are taking a battery and a tap key, there is an inductor, along with that there is a resistor. Total voltage provided will be V. There will be some voltage dropped across the inductor. There will be some voltage dropped across the resistor. I can write V is equal to VL plus VR. This is not L, it is V. It is VR. VL plus VR. Total voltage provided V will be equal to L into DI by dt, because voltage dropped across this inductor will be L into DI by dt. Voltage dropped across this resistor will be I into R. From here you can write V minus IR is equal to L into DI by dt. From here you can write 1 by L into dt is equal to 1 by V minus IR into di. We have just segregated current terms and time terms. 1 by L is a constant, just I am writing it on the other side. 1 by V minus IR is current term, so I am writing it in the side of current. Now you can integrate this within the limits I to I naught in the time 0 to t second. So if you evaluate this integration, you will be getting current I with respect to time t as I naught into 1 minus e power minus t divided by tau, where tau is equal to L divided by R. The similar equation we have derived in electrostatics. In capacitors chapter, we have discussed about growth of charge in a capacitor. There we have got the similar equation where Q of t is equal to Q naught into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. In the same way, here in case of an inductor, we are getting, in the inductor current is increased, current is grown. Therefore, I of t is equal to I naught. I naught is the maximum current in the inductor. 1 minus e power minus t by tau. This is equation for growth of current in the circuit. Students, we have already learnt equation for growth of current in the circuit. That is I is equal to I naught into 1 minus e power minus t divided by tau, where tau is equal to L divided by R, where L is self-induction of the self-induction of that particular inductor, and R is resistance which you are connecting in the circuit. So this will be circuit diagram. There is one inductor and there is one resistor, and you are connecting it to a battery along with a tap key. Now current will be grown within this. Now let us see at time t is equal to 0 what happens. At a time t is equal to 0, I is equal to I naught into 1 minus e power 0. E power minus 0. E power 0 is 1, however, that will be equal to 0. It means At time t is equal to 0, current in circuit is equal to 0. At a time t is equal to infinity, I is equal to I naught into 1 minus e power minus infinity. This is I naught into 1 minus 1 by e power infinity. E power infinity is infinity. This is equal to I naught. So I is equal to I naught. So as current is maximum, that is equal to I naught. So when you are connecting one inductor in the circuit along with a resistor, initially the current in the circuit will be 0. As time increases, current increases with respect to time. That we can confirm it by taking at t is equal to tau. You can just write it as I is equal to I naught into 1 minus e power minus 1. Because I am taking t is equal to tau, tau divided by tau will be 1. I is equal to I naught into 1 minus 1 by e. This is I naught into 1 minus 0.37, which is equal to 0.63 times I naught. It is equal to I. From this, you can confirm that current will be increased with respect to time. And if you plot graph for that, it seems like this. At time t is equal to 0, current in the circuit is 0, and it gradually increases exponentially with respect to time. And finally, it is getting a fixed value, and that fixed value is I naught. And after one relaxation time, this is after one relaxation time, the current is increased to 63% of maximum current in the circuit. From this graph, clearly you can understand that current grow exponentially till it reach a maximum value I naught. So I naught value can be written as V divided by R. I is equal to V divided by R. Therefore, clearly you can understand at time t is equal to 0, inductor act as open switch. Inductor will act as open switch, and at time t is equal to infinity, inductor act as closed switch. Meanwhile, in between t is equal to 0 and t is equal to infinity, the current in the inductor will be grown according to the equation I is equal to I naught into 1 minus e power minus t by tau. So at steady state, the inductor will act as just a wire. So you can replace the inductor with a closed switch. Just when the circuit is made, that means at initial time, inductor will act as open switch. There will be no current flowing in the circuit. So as initially we are connecting inductor and resistor with a battery, therefore induced EMF is developed in the inductor and maximum current is gained, and that induced current will be there in the inductor itself. Now that when you are removing the battery and connecting the full like inductor in which current is being grown, that inductor you are connecting it to a resistor. There is no battery in this circuit, and you are just joining these two. When you join these two, total voltage across the inductor will be dropped across the resistor, because there will be EMF induced in this inductor, initially because you are connecting it with battery. As a result, EMF will be there. So this will be L into di by dt, which is equal to I into R. From here you can write it as 1 by L into dt is equal to 1 by I into dt. Now you can just integrate this on both sides. Limits are from 0 to t second. Current is from I to I naught. If you integrate this and evaluate this integration, you can just write it as I is equal to I naught into e power minus t by tau, where of course there will be R here. I'm sorry, R is missing. There will be R here. So it is t by tau, where tau is equal to L divided by R. I think R will be here in the denominator. I'm sorry. 1 divided by I into R. R you can just bring it out. So tau will be equal to L by R. Therefore, I can write I is equal to I naught into e power minus t divided by L by R. This is equation which represents decay of current in the inductor. Clearly, from this equation, you can write at t is equal to 0, I will be equal to I naught into e power minus 0. E power 0 is equal to 1. That is equal to I naught. And this is maximum current. T is equal to infinity. I is equal to I naught into 1 by e power infinity. Something by infinity is 0. So finally, current in the inductor will become 0. This is what decay is taking place in the inductor. And when t is equal to tau, you can write it as I is equal to I naught into e power minus 1, which is equal to 0.37 times I naught. So that's what, if you plot graph for this. At initial time, maximum current is present in the circuit. This is I and this is t. At time t, maximum current, I is maximum. At time t is equal to 0. And slowly, there is a decay in the current, and that decay is seen like this. After one relaxation time, this is t is equal to tau. The current is now 0.37 times I naught. The decay takes place by 63% of the maximum value, and the final current obtained after one relaxation time is 37% of the initial value. And when you are taking such inductor, connecting it to the resistor, what is happening now? Current in the inductor decay exponentially, obeying equation I is equal to I naught e power minus t by tau. So clearly, when t is equal to 0, current in the circuit is maximum. When t is equal to infinity, current in the circuit is 0. Therefore, after final time, like as there is 0 current, the inductor will act as open switch, and at initial times, the inductor will act as closed switch. At t is equal to 0, inductor act as closed switch, whereas at t is equal to infinity, inductor act as open switch. Inductor act as open switch. This is how current will be grown and as well as decayed in an inductor. Remember, decay takes place when there is no external battery. Growth takes place when you are connecting an inductor to external battery. And I need to you need to remember these equations for growth and decay of current in the inductor. Then only you can solve problems related with this concept.